Hello everybody. So down at St Andrews on a Friday afternoon, because this is where we do our barista training in partnership with the wonderful Tim and the guys that's here from the church, and some really lovely outcomes coming out of it. Most recent course, somebody is going to volunteer in a cafe locally to get more experience. Another person is getting onto the college course, which is going to lead on into a hospitality role or role within a restaurant or cafe. So it's showing that this is providing the skills that people need to actually move on and make a real difference to their own resilience. And actually we heard one of the people on the very first course that we did about 18 months ago has now got a part-time job down at the Boathouse in Christchurch. So if you're ever down there for grabbing a coffee, you may well be served by one of our alumni from here. What's nice is we're working with Tim, and actually we're going to reduce the length of the course. So it had been 10 weeks. We're going to reduce it down, really push through in 5 weeks, because that would be helpful to help people to stay on the course. But it is worth saying, if you've got people who you think would benefit from being part of a community, part of a setting where they're going to learn some really useful skill and may have opportunity to go on into volunteering or into work, then do get in touch with Rob or Georgia. They've done a great job of getting people in to this work. So barista stuff going on here. And another nice outcome actually from training. Carol started the money course. Most of the people came back for week 2, which is great, up in Blandford. And one of them actually admitted that they had a really important bill that they had to pay this week. And whereas they would normally have just gone about their normal spending and added that onto the size of the overdraft, actually this week they took the decision to go, okay, there's a couple of things I don't need to pay this week, so I'm going to just hold back on them so that I don't get out of control again. So an immediate benefit of just having been through a week of the money course, which is great. So thanks, Carol. Keep going, and one day it won't rain on the day that you run the course. There's some really nice things coming up next week. So I know some of you have got the domestic violence training with an organisation called Dragonfly on Monday. Thank you for pulling that together. It's going to be really helpful, I know. At the same time, David and I are having conversations with St Mungo's and a range of partners down at St Mike's who are really keen. St Mungo's are really keen to do a joint hub with us based at St Mike's, which will be having just a whole range of services available for those who are coming off the street, and to see if we can help people in one sitting, so to speak. So they come through the door, how can we make sure they leave with a really different option coming out? But St Mungo's have approached us. They're very, very positive about working with us, and so we're going to see how that's all going to fit together. Got a couple of other things coming up next week. So Winton, Sabine has been working with a whole range of the churches there, and we're trying to really to increase the amount of equipping of churches that we're doing. Well, we're bringing all the churches together who are in Winton, just up that high street, to say, are you all aware of what each other of you are doing? And how can we spot maybe some gaps which local churches could hope to fill, linked into all the other stuff that we do and that we know our partners do. So it's a really nice bit of work with church partnerships, and we'll let you know the outcome of how that comes out. On the back of that, Sabine has also managed to get hold of the folk from, I don't know if you've heard of something called Kintsugi Hope. It is a Christian mental health support group, and they run a course which is very popular across the UK to help churches help others people come through the doors who are struggling with mental health. But they've got a new equipping called Mental Health Friendly Churches, and we're just starting to put out the feelers to get a day conference to go through that Mental Health Friendly Churches training in September. So we may be coming to you going, this is an opportunity. Do you know churches who might have people who would want to come along to that? So there's stuff here in terms of training and helping individuals, there's equipping churches to get up to speed, and there's all the amazing stuff you're doing face to face with people who need help. So thank you for what you are doing, and catch you soon. Take care.